Hello everybody, it's Maikito. I hope everybody's having a good day and has had a good day so far. There's a pretty decent sized slate again for Sunday's games. No Premier League games, but there's still, like I said, La Liga games, Spanish League games, Bundesliga, Italian League games. So there was a lot of picks that I tried to go through. Didn't find as many as yesterday, but I still found a couple. And as always, if I do have any added plays, they will either be added later tonight or tomorrow morning. More than likely, I'll try to have at least one more by tonight just because I do work tomorrow morning and I probably won't have time to look at the props and stuff like that. So keep an eye out for those if you're interested in that. But I'll get straight into the picks. And the first one is Dodi Lukébakio to go higher than 4.5 dribbles attempted playing at home for Sevilla, going up against Barcelona. He's gone over this mark in his last 4 out of 5 in his last 7 out of 10 games. In these last 10 games and the 3 games that he went under against Girona, who allowed the 5th least, and they were up in that game. Atletico, in the game in which Sevilla were up the whole game pretty much up until the end, and Vallecano, a game in which they were up the whole game. And I mention that because I do not see them going up against Barcelona. And this happened in the first game. And in that first game, he went over with 6. While Barcelona do allow the 3rd least, it's the fact that I don't see Sevilla going up, which means they're going to have to attack even more. And 2, he's just going to have a lot of attacking responsibility in general. He's their best player in my opinion, and he will be attacking a lot. Besides, Barcelona, one of their weaknesses that they have whenever they're defending is they get caught off the counter attack a lot. Every single time they struggle to defend the counter attack, and that's a chance for him to get those dribbles. Besides, he doesn't help on defense. He's not like he tracks back when he defends, so he can save all of his energy on the attack. So when he gets the ball, he will receive the ball. He will be constantly trying to attack and trying to dribble and exploit Balde, who is going to be going up against when it comes to the Barcelona side. And in the last 17 games that he's played in the league, he's played the full game in 16 out of those 17 games. And the one time he did it, he got stopped down around the 80th minute mark. So fingers crossed, knock on wood, that he still continues to play the full game. He did play the full game in the first game, so I expect him to do that here. He's like I said, he's a good dribbler. He likes to dribble. It's not like he's a player that if he messes up once, he's gonna stop and get demoralized. Even if he doesn't complete it, he will keep attacking. We don't need him to complete the dribbles. We just need him to attempt it. And I think a 4.5 is a good line. Again, he will have a lot of attacking responsibilities going up against Barcelona. So I like Dodi Lukébakio to go higher than 4.5 dribbles attempted. And then the second prop that I found that I like so far is Scott McTominay to go higher than 2 shots playing at home for Napoli, going up against Udinese. I especially like this play because of the 2.0 mark. If it goes with the 2.5, you can take it if you want to, but I just really like the safety net that you're getting here at 2.0. He's averaging 2.11 per 90, so he's averaging that second, and it's whether he gets that third. And I think he's more than likely to get that third. I just like the fact that this at 2.0, like I mentioned before. He plays full minutes. He plays the whole game, and he runs the whole game. He's constantly running back and forth, so he's always involved on defense, and he's always involved in the attack. So he will be up there whenever they're attacking. And he's had 2+ in 8 out of 9 home games for Napoli. He's had 2 in almost every single game but 1 at home, and the only game he went under was the most recent home game, and that was against Juventus. But Juventus allowed the 5th least shots to opponents, while Udinese on the other hand allowed the 7th most shots to opponents at 13.4, and it bumps up to 14.1 when Udinese plays away from home, which is where they're playing at now. They're playing at Napoli. And if you look at the shots he's taking, he is willing to take those long shots. He's taking 29 from inside the box and 11 from outside the box. So I like that he will take them as long as he's given the chance. And then he also will shoot from set pieces, as in he's in the box when it comes to attacking the set pieces, because he's 6'4". He's a really tall guy. He has a big frame, and he wins 82% of aerial duels as well. So not only will he take the shots whenever he goes up and attack just a normal play, he'll take long shots, and then just from corners and free kicks and stuff like that, he will also be able to take those shots as well. There's a reason why he's had 2+ in 8 out of the 9 games. It's a good line, a good hit rate at home with a decent matchup. So I like Scott McTominay to go higher than 2 shots. Before I get into the money lines, as always, if you guys please could like the video, comment, it helps support me as well, subscribing, turning on notifications. You guys know what everybody else asks for and what I'm gonna ask for. It really does help out. If you want to support the channel a little more and get the videos out more early than usual, you can join the membership. Link for that is in the description. And then any picture that you see on the screen is from a dead app called Outlier. I did mention I will make a video soon. I will try to do it when I have time on how I find props, really especially for like NBA, like how to find props that you can bet on yourself. So like I said, I will make a video on that later on. And then I have my links for everything else. Like I said, Outlier, my the data app, the player prop apps, the moneyline app, all that linked in the description. So I really want to thank anybody who supports me in any way. But I'll get straight into the money lines. I have two. Hopefully we can turn our luck around, and I do like these plays. And the first one is a -107 slip. And the first one is Parma to score a goal away from home going up against Cagliari. They scored 2 against them in the first game. And there's a reason for that. Cagliari is a bad defensive team. They've conceded 21 goals in 12 home games. They've actually conceded more goals at home than they have away. And even then, when they concede less goals, Parma still managed to score 2 against them. Now they're playing them away where Cagliari is even weaker defensively, surprisingly. And Parma have scored in 3 straight games, while Cagliari have conceded in 10 games straight. So Parma is in good recent scoring form, and Cagliari is in horrible defending form a lot recently, last 10 games. So it's perfect for both sides, at least for us, obviously. Cagliari allowed the 7th most shots to opponents, so Parma will have those opportunities. We just need them to convert. They're weak at defending through balls, while Parma attempt a lot of through balls. And then both teams don't hold possession, but in that first game, Parma held over 60% possession of the ball. So if it goes like it went similar to the first game, Parma will hold more of the ball, which means obviously more shots and more opportunities for them to score. They will have a lot of chances. We just need them to score 1. It's a good matchup. No reason to over-explain it. So like higher than 0.5 Parma goals going up against Cagliari. And then the second play that I like for this play, for this slip, is the Barcelona money line going up against Sevilla. They just dominated Valencia in that 5-0 win, and they were able to rest some of their starters and sub out some of their starters early when it comes to being able to play their full team. And Sevilla are winless in their last 4 out of 5 games. In those games, they've conceded in 4 of those games, and their attack just hasn't been great in general. At home, they've scored 10 goals in 10 games, and if they can't score, and even if they just manage to score 1, Barcelona will certainly score much more than 1, 2, 3, 4. In the first game they played at Barca beat them 5-1. They were able to score 5 goals, so I can easily see that happening again. And it's not like Barcelona is going to hold back. There's no way they hold back here. Just today or yesterday, whenever you watch this video, when it comes to Saturday, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid played each other, the top 2 teams in the league. Barcelona is currently 3rd, and because they drew, they both dropped points, which means if Barcelona win this game, they'll only be 1 point behind 2nd place and 2 points behind 1st place Real Madrid. And in soccer terms, that just means they're 1 game away from being 1st place. So it's a big game for them in the title race. They need to win, and I easily see them winning here. Sevilla is not a clinical team at all. They've only converted 29% of the shots on target that they've taken. A team on average converts around 33 to 35. Being below 30% is just horrible. There's a reason why their attack hasn't been great. They can't defend through balls, and Barcelona will attack. And besides, Barcelona also get to rest because of they don't have to play Champions League games because they automatically qualify. So they don't have to worry about holding back because of that. Don't have to worry about holding back because they need to win. And they beat them in the first game. They're in good form. So I see them beating Sevilla here. So like the Barcelona money line for going up against Sevilla, you can get this slip for -107. My second slip you can currently get for +105. And the first place, the Liverpool first half 3 money line going up against Plymouth. Plymouth are the worst team in the Championship, which is the 2nd division in the English League, playing against Liverpool, who are potentially 1st place and will win the Premier League in the best division in England. So best team in the best division versus the worst team in the 2nd division. That's just a great matchup for us. Liverpool still have a lot of quality that they play in the FA Cup, even when they don't play their starters. They play a combination of their starters with some of their bench players, some of their young players. In the last FA Cup game, they use players like Darwin Nunez, Trent, Jota, Szoboszlai, and even if they don't use those, they still have plenty of great players they can use, such as Diaz, Chiesa, McAllister, etc. It's just too much quality for Plymouth to handle, and on average, in their division, they allow 16.3 shots to opponents, and that's just like a quality perfect recipe for Liverpool to score a lot of goals. If they allow 16.3 shots on average to championship teams, just imagine what Liverpool is going to do. Plymouth can't defend through balls. They can't defend the wings. They can't defend set pieces. So there's plenty of places for Liverpool to exploit. It's just going to be too much for them in general. And this prop has actually hit in the last 4 out of 5 games. Liverpool, whenever they play weak teams, they tend to dominate. And again, I see it happening here. So I like the Liverpool first half through a money line going up against Plymouth. And the second play that I found that I like for this slip is the Napoli money line going up against Udinese. I did consider taking their higher than 1.5 goals, but one, Napoli is great defensively, and two, I can see them winning 1-0 instead of like 2-1 or 2-0. So just on the safer side, I'd rather just take their money line. And they need to keep the 3-point lead in the title race. They're currently first place in their league when it comes to the league title, only 3 points ahead. So they need to win this game to keep that lead. They're the best home team in the league. They've picked up the most points. They have 9 wins and 2 losses. They haven't drawn a single game at home. So I easily see them winning this game instead of losing. They have the best home defense than any team. They've only conceded 7 goals and 11 at home, and Udinese have conceded 19 and 11 away games. So Napoli easily scores here. They can keep a clean sheet. I just rather take their money on again than instead of them having to score 2. They don't have Kvaratskhelia anymore, but they didn't have him in the first game anyways away from home, and they still beat them 3-1. So Kvaratskhelia is not like a deciding factor in the game. They've still been playing great without him. And before this last game in which they drew against against Roma, Napoli were on a 7-game win streak, so I can see them easily getting a win here. Napoli are a very clinical team. I mentioned before in the Sevilla-Barcelona game that Sevilla is a below-average team. They only convert 29% of the shots, and an average team converts around 33 to 35%, while Napoli convert 46% of the shots on target that they take. They're a very clinical team. They can attack through the wings, they can attack through balls, and they will find a way to win, keep their first place spot. I think it's a good matchup here at home. So like that Napoli money line going up against Udinese, you can get this slip for plus 105. Thank you everybody for watching. Quickly going over last video's picks. Player props were great. Money lines not as well. That happened in the last video, which is a little frustrating when it came to money lines. But when it came to player props, it was a 3-in-1 day. Sabitzer, lower than 0.5 shots on target. I said he might not even take a shot. I believe he didn't even take a shot, so that one hit easily. Tiate at that plus money, he hit for us at that value. I'm going to take him every time. He hit for us. And then we had Ekitike to go higher than 3 shots. Even if he took the bump at 3.5, he came through for us. Our only miss was Ryan Deers to go higher than 1.5 shots. He took that 1 shot. He got subbed out. If he would have played the full game, I easily think he gets that 2nd shot. So unfortunately for us, he got subbed out. Was 1 away from sweeping the player props. So again, we still had a great day when it came to that. And then when it came to the money lines, that was not a great day. Both teams to score in the Freiburg-Heidenheim game. I said Freiburg was going to score, which they did, but Heidenheim could not find the back of the net. They had plenty of opportunities, but they just couldn't convert. And then the Leverkusen money line against Wolfsburg, neither team was able to score, which was really, really surprising. I honestly expected this game to have at least 3 to 4 goals, but for this game to end 0-0, which was very unfortunate for us. Leverkusen rested a lot of players at the start. They didn't start Wirtz, Grimaldo, Frimpong. They didn't start a lot of players, which was unfortunate for us. It was just unfortunate in general. Yeah, I will say it could have also been a bad read on my part, obviously, but I like the reads. It was just unfortunate that we couldn't win those, but we still had a great day player prop-wise, and hopefully we can carry on that momentum going into tomorrow's slate. I also actually added my Flex Friday slip. I know people have been asking for that when it comes to PrizePicks, and I was going to post it in the video, but I hadn't made it at the time because PrizePicks didn't have a lot of lines, but I did post it on my pinned comment, and I consider that my added plays. And we actually had 1 DMP out of the 6, so we had 5 picks and went 4 for 5 on those. So if you tailed it, you would have hit 2x when it came to that. So even Flex Friday, player prop wise, we had a great day. It was just money lines in which we didn't do so great. So hopefully we can carry on that momentum from player props, do great on both player props and money lines tomorrow for Sunday slate. Like I mentioned before, if I do have any added plays, it will be in the pinned comment, and I do have my free Discord link in the description if you want to join. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.